What's good, everyone? Welcome back to FaShaun. This is episode 15, and today we're going to be reviewing and styling a very trendy jacket. I always like to do timeless classics on this channel, at least at this point in time. But this is something that's very trendy. It's been very viral, and I was lucky enough to pick it up because I had a friend who was there at this store, and they were able to bring it back with them when they traveled back. I believe that this is a worth the hype kind of trendy item, which is really rare because, as you know, hype and trends are perpetuated by industries and companies through the mouthpieces of celebrities and influencers. But once in a while, the design of an item, I think, speaks for itself and I think should be celebrated. So without further ado, we are going to be reviewing the Chinese New Year 2025 Adidas track jacket. This is a Hong Kong exclusive, so let's get into it. So looking at the jacket here, the silhouette is wider, a bit more boxy, more streetwear focused, I would say. The three stripes go into the collar here. As you know, the marker of this jacket, why it's a Hong Kong exclusive for Chinese New Year, is that it combines the design of, I believe it's called, and please correct me, anybody that knows, Tang Xuan, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, which is a traditional Chinese jacket with what's called frog buttons, I believe, through my research. And so you'd have this zipper here that goes all the way down, and then you could unclasp this and pretty much show the extent of the jacket, and it's kind of oversized fitting and goes a little bit past the hip. When I rock this zipped up, and then I fold this inwards to make it more of a cropped look, and then you have just sort of pockets here with inner linings here. If I were to just unzip this just a little bit here so you can see, kind of a standardized jersey lining here. This one's made in China, and this is a size medium. But very soft feeling fabric. I'm kind of surprised by the quality of this. Usually Adidas doesn't really go to these lengths to provide superior quality on their track jackets, maybe because it's a Hong Kong exclusive and it's more of a limited item that they decided to go a little bit further on their quality control. Some stitching is coming out just through general wear and tear, which I mean is to be expected from a mass market brand, but overall I would say that the quality of this jacket relative to its design kind of make it shine, and it kind of adds to the virality and the trendiness of it. I also really like that these stripes aren't so pervasive throughout the garment. It's just on the sleeve going into the collar. I like that sort of symmetry. But overall, this is the color I got to, which is called Oat. There was a blue and a red, and I think an olive. I think they're probably releasing more colors as time goes on, but my favorite and the one that I like and I'm happy to have is this yellow one here. Going into the description of this baby here, it's essentially a Hong Kong exclusive meant to celebrate Chinese New Year, and I think Adidas did something really cool with this. It's something that I haven't seen other brands do, so I really wanted to, I don't know who the designer is, or who in the design team thought about this, but I really want to applaud you because I think this is outside of the box, yet still wearable by a lot of people, so it's good for mass market, but at the same time adds a little bit of funk, which I really enjoy, and it really shows just how interesting the design process can be, and I hope that this trend and virality, it's all sold out, etc. I hope this kind of opens mass market designers' eyes that, you know, people do want something a little bit more unique, a little bit different, and you don't need to sort of play into the common silhouettes and the common trends, etc. This again is a Hong Kong exclusive, so you can only really get it over there. You can get it online through the Hong Kong store, maybe there's a reshipper that you can use. But overall, you'd have to be there to get this. So super excited to have this piece here. I feel like I'd be wearing this quite often, quite a lot. once the summer months and sort of maybe like spring and fall months hit. Why did I buy this, right? I think in total the price in Canadian dollars was $195, including everything, which I believe for a track jacket with suede lining like this is normal pricing. Maybe I always say, you know, you should buy vintage and you should buy secondhand. I don't know if you can really find something like this secondhand. You'll probably find maybe in Chinatown. You can go to any place that sells a Tang Zhuang. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Kind of jacket. The one thing I will notice, or I will say, and that I did notice, is that this is kind of an oversized look. I really wish they stick to the classic 90s Adidas tracksuit, which tended to be, at least on the top, a little tighter to the body. And I feel that whenever I watch Chinese media and they sort of reference these suits and they have these suits here, it's more of a cropped look that's, again, a bit tighter to the body and it goes just above your butt. But I mean, I digress. I guess, you know, Adidas with this wanted to kind of go into more of its streetwear roots, and so they combined different design processes, and I'm here for it. I think the silhouette, maybe because I have to fold it and make it cropped as much as possible, kind of isn't to my taste, but you know, I made it work, and everybody seems to be asking about this jacket whenever I go outside in it. Even in the winter, like the winter months, I wear it in a hat now. I get bombarded by people that are like, can I buy this? Can I buy this off you? You know, it always seems to attract attention, which I guess goes in with its virality and its trendiness. But again, because I believe it's good design and good design should be celebrated, I decided to buy it, even though I tend to stay away from trendy, more mass market stuff. Going into the market analysis, as you know, we do cheap, moderate, and expensive. I didn't really find a lot of comparisons to this, which is again why I bought it. It's unique in its character in that it combines a lot of, again, like I said, design processes, and so that's just not common with, you know, Nike and Asics and Brooks and any other athletic wear company. They don't really do this sort of stuff. And so instead of doing a regular market analysis that I usually do and try and find comparables, what I will do is kind of just throw on the screen there some traditional Chinese suiting that you can see. It's likely on Etsy or other vintage stores. I know in Hong Kong you can probably go to vintage stores and find them there as well, but those are not online. So you really have to kind of go in person to find anything comparable to this, and obviously get more traditional Chinese suiting, right? So that's on you, so you can go and find that. But what I will say on the more expensive end of things, and what I did find, was that Issey Miyake actually did a pleats version of this jacket, this type of jacket. In the past, it's more of a vintage piece, now kind of more of a collector's piece. So it's very expensive. The one that I found was already sold, but it was like 800 Canadian, which, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'd rather somebody spend the resale on this, which would be, I don't know, anywhere from, hopefully you spend around $200 if it's retail. And I've seen the blue version of this locally. I think somebody was trying to sell it for $300 to $350. So in terms of the market analysis, there's not much that you can compare this to, which again shows its exclusivity, its uniqueness, and why I believe it should be celebrated, because this is just a good piece of design. Okay, now that we've gone over, you know, what this is, what the description of it is, the purchase rationale, a little bit of a market analysis of where you can find some stuff that's similar, let's go and do my favorite part of the videos, as you know, and style it. We have the vintage Prada Linea Rossa racing hat, a Gucci mustard turtleneck, the N Hollywood Mandarin collar button-up, Uniqlo unit vest, which I've used before, of course the jacket we're highlighting today. Then we have Acne 1991 black denim, I believe, with the integrated belt, and then of course the tabbies. Okay, going into it, here's the fit. I think this came out fairly well, which is really good. It's kind of cold outside, so you kind of need a layer as well. But as usual, we're going to be breaking it down with fit, contrast, and proportion, my proprietary framework to styling anything and everything. So starting off with fit, I always say it's the easiest to get right. You know what works well in your body versus what doesn't work well. You can kind of even see it on the rack, right? If it's going to look good on you or if it's not. And in terms of fit, you're kind of looking for anything that's snagging or latching onto other pieces of clothing, kind of creating a discrepancy, or if anything's too loose, sort of losing that structure on you. Maybe it's too big on you. In terms of this fit here, you know, nothing is too loose, nothing is too tight. There's some, maybe if I stretch this out just a little bit because of this wool, just so that it doesn't sort of create this sort of creasing down here. Maybe that's like the closest we have, but besides that, fit is A1 as usual. You know, it's something that even if you're not in style or fashion, you get older, you just know what works on you versus what doesn't, right? Then we have contrast. So contrast is a mixture of two things: contrast of colors and contrast of textures. Starting off with contrast of colors, what I would say is that you want to complete the circle. What does that mean? So I have yellow on the jacket, I have yellow on the turtleneck up here. You've completed one half of the circle with the jacket, then the other half of the circle with the turtleneck. The whole point is you've completed the circle and created some sort of flow within the outfit so that you have not just a sort of concentrated area of color on one point of your body and then the rest is monochrome. That's not going to look good simply because you've now allocated too much attention to one part of the outfit, and the best outfits are greater than the sum of their parts, right? So we've done that with the jacket here with the yellow. We have reddish burgundy here with reddish sort of burgundy on the linea rossa of tab on my hat, on my racing hat here. We obviously have black here, black with the glasses, and then black with the jeans, and black leather, of course, with the shoes, with the tabbies. So we've completed black, we've completed red, we've completed the circle, and all these things, again, showing flow throughout. I would have loved to have, honestly, a yellow shoe. The only yellow shoe I have with me right now, I actually have two. Both of them wouldn't work for this outfit. One is Nike, and I don't like mixing stripes and checks. And the other one just wouldn't suit the silhouetting or the material for this outfit, unfortunately. So I had to go with the tabbies, but there's a reason why I had to go with the tabbies, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But secondarily, we have contrast of textures. Textures essentially just means try your hardest to have similar textures on your body, complete the circle. So we have a smooth leather with the hat right here, smooth leather with the tabbies. Then we have low pile knitwear with the vest here, low pile knitwear with the turtleneck. We have a smoother sort of rayon fabric with the button up here from In Hollywood. That goes in line with the leather over there, and even a little bit of the low pile, like super low pile. It's kind of like fuzzy, but very low, like kind of like clean fuzzy maybe. There's not a lot of break in the texture. With the jacket as well, and with the turtleneck as well. So you want to complete the circle on your textures. Try and combine low pile with low pile, and if you want to do high pile and low pile, you can do that. But just so that it makes it easier on the eyes, what you need to try and do is you need to try and create a gradient, maybe low pile to high pile, so low pile, middle pile, high pile, and then go in from there. Add a bag, switch it up a little bit. With patent leathers, different leathers, could be a suede bag as well, so more of a low pile fabric. That's up to you, but you just want to complete the circle for colors and textures, so we've done that here. Next, we have proportion. Proportion, as I say, is the hardest to get right. Essentially, the golden rule is try and go for an hourglass proportion, so cinch everything at your waist, have it go wide at the pants, and then have your shoulders be the widest point on the top end of your body, right? Maybe a padded shoulder, something along those lines, and then you've created an hourglass shape that's very beautiful. For this one specifically, because it's a bit more fashion forward and it's a bit more funky, which again we're going to talk about soon, I kind of say go with more softened squares, softened rectangles, because everything is more minimalistic or more silhouette focused, and they don't really cinch at the waist as much in a lot of fashion forward things. It's a lot, and especially in the trend now, the trends are a little bit more large, billowy, not tight to the body, etc. So we've gone with imagine there's like a big light behind me, which technically there is, but anyways. We've gone with the silhouette of a rectangle because the jacket is oversized. And because the jacket is oversized, I have it open here, and it's this big rectangle, and then I don't have too wide, I have wide pants, but they're not super wide, they're not the widest pants I own, just to like really hit home in that rectangle. And then I've increased the rectangle's top end proportion with this racing hat, which is kind of sort of from south to north, or north to south. There's no curves on the end here, just at the top here for my head. And that sort of creates another extended portion of that rectangle, just making me a little bit taller as well. Same with the chunky boot, or the chunky soles, I should say, of the tabby, similar to a boot. You just want to start with the base silhouette, then see if you can extend it in any sort of way, top and bottom. So that's FCP. Going into sort of the extra category, when you have something funky, when you have something different, what you essentially have to do is, if there's something that is unique about one portion of your outfit, you should definitely have something else complete the circle with the funk as well. Maybe I should put this in contrast, maybe a thought for next time. But you have to complete the circle with funk too. So this is funky, right? This is totally different. This is just like a different sort of take on this Adidas track jacket, just something you don't normally see. What have I done? I've worn tabbies. Why have I worn tabbies? They're also funky. It's a derby, but it has a slit down the middle, right? That's funky. So you want to complete the circle on funk. You want to have something, say like asymmetrical or pleats or something just different that's you don't normally see in standard society and with clothing there, because again, the whole point is to have flow and balance. If you just have one piece of funk, say the tabbies, you're gonna pull attention to your shoe. You're gonna pull attention to that funk. That's not good, because you put effort into the rest of your outfit as well, and you want to have everything be shown. And again, the best outfits are greater than the sum of their parts. Okay, so we've done that with this jacket, we've done that with the shoes, and then we've also done it with the hat as well. This is a not really traditional hat that you see very often. It's kind of like more of a monk hat maybe. It's a traditional racing Prada hat, something I found at a vintage shop. And so this with the jacket and the shoes, I think creates a really good flow from top to bottom here. For funk and for all the colors and textures too. So I'm super proud of this outfit. I think it came out really, really good, really, really well done. And now let's go outside. I have a little bit of a kind of errands to do. Take you along with me. Okay, here's the fit. We're looking good, looking fly. Today we are going to Diptyque, because I think my diffuser is broken. So we're gonna see if they're gonna replace it. I don't know if they will. Like these luxury boutiques or whatever, they don't really care about like customer service post sale. But we're gonna go and see if they're gonna do something for us. I also got to go to the Apple store. A friend of mine gave me a gift card. Shout out Katya, love you. But it's the pin might not be working, and I need to make a purchase online, and you need the pin for an online purchase. So a couple of errands to do, and then we'll go also and get a coffee as well. So yeah, let's go. All right, we're rolling up to Diptyque. Let's see what they can do. They couldn't help me, but it's okay. I think it's just for a diffuser. I think we just wait until the diffuser dies, and then what can happen is we can, I guess, go into the marketplace and get a new one. But in terms of the jacket, I would say that more people give me looks on this jacket. I think because of its trending, its virality. You can only get it in Hong Kong during a certain period of time. So it's been tough to find for people, and then comparables are, for other colors at least that I've seen, are super expensive. And so I remember walking around when I first got it, people would ask me to buy it. And they would be like, oh, where'd you get it? Like, I've never really had an item, and I've had like rarer items on me before. I've never had that happen, which is pretty insane. Even when in the suburbs around Toronto, people would ask me like, oh, let's buy it. Can I buy it? Can I, please? And I was like, wow, okay. Marketing, trending, virality, all that stuff works. Anyways, not Apple. All right, we're back home. My bad, I forgot to record the Apple store, but just checking up on a gift card, making sure there was money on it, because there was some like issues or something, but we figured it out. But it got me thinking about this jacket and the virality and of this jacket, and sort of going in with trends and like buying in when you know that trends are just manufactured by companies through celebrities, through influencers, to sort of peddle you products. It's got me thinking how everybody wants this jacket, but they just want it because of exclusivity. They want it because they couldn't get it before. But if this jacket was available worldwide with multiple quantities, or a lot of quantities, would you still have that same trending sort of notion with this jacket? And I don't think you would, really. I think it's a good piece of design. I bought it because it's a good piece of design, and it's a good investment because it was trending and it was exclusive. But it just goes to show you that to really be selective with what you buy, to really be selective with what you choose to rock, because it is reflective of your personality. And try not to buy into trends, but if it's a good piece of design and it's trendy, then it's fine, you know? But anyways, that's about it. See you in the next one. Bye.